we do these introductions backwards. So I've just sat with Joel Mesler, and now I'm going to set up this whole intro for you guys before you listen to us talk after I've done the introduction. And that's important because our conversation was totally destabilizing because Joel's work is so vulnerable that it lets you be vulnerable. And I sat through the entire interview questioning my adoration, and it is adoration, of this latest body of work. It is so emotive for me personally that I can't have this like art historian hat or critical curator hat. I mean, I cannot be unbiased by my own emotion and my own experience. And that is the power of Joel Mesler. He like drags us into our own past through his past. It's extraordinary. It's so weird. It's really hard too. And I think probably super important for the viewer and obviously important for him and where he is. And I hope that when you listen to this, you'll get what I'm going on about, because I know it sounds a little bit wishy-washy, but this was extraordinary, this talk for me. And I hope it will be for you. What do you want to talk about?
Being abandoned.
Abandonment issues. I don't know if I'm ready to do that on TV. We could talk about your abandonment issues.
Well, you know, this show kind of was the end of my dealing with my abandonment issues. That's why I was like, I'm going to leave the trauma in the kitchen. You know, like if you kind of like have certain rooms where you're like, I'm going to leave it in the kitchen. And so then when I, you know, go to the bedroom has its own set of trauma issues. But like if I go to the bedroom or my kids' rooms or the living room, I'm not going to bring the trauma there. Like I got to stop bringing my fucking trauma wherever I go.
Okay, so you're talking about over the summer. You did a show.
I did a show.
Called Kitchens Are Great Places to Cry.
Or Good Rooms to Cry.
Good rooms, particularly good rooms to cry in. And that was at a fancy pants gallery in New York City.
Very fancy. Very
but you
fancy block.
Hung out there.
I hung out there.
A lot.
I kept office hours.
Why?
I like, as an introvert, I love talking to people.
That makes no sense.
I know. I'm still, that part of things I'm still coming to terms with, or, you know, like, what am I? But there's an aspect of sitting and having office hours, like having people know how to reach you at any time. And so like, you know, I used to have a gallery and I loved having office hours and always being available to people, but like only during these hours.
I mean, terrible business for someone who's introverted though.
Awful. Right. And it's like I always go back to one of my, and he's not even one of my favorite artists, but one of my favorite like things he did was like Drawing Restraint by Matthew Barney. And this idea that like you set up challenges for yourself, and the only way that they're actually challenges is if they're difficult to do and something that you're not good at. And you have to perform this in front of other people. Like if you do it in private, it's not a thing. And so the only thing to actually accomplish is to like do this difficult thing in front of people.
I'm only laughing because it totally resonates. Like, this is difficult.
Yes.
There are people in this room listening to us talk. And I ask myself all the time, I'm like, why do I keep setting myself up to do this thing that I find like inherently difficult and a bit nerve-wracking?
Yeah.
But I think it's probably because it's a good idea.
It's a good idea. And I think that that's why things matter or like people care, because maybe that is vulnerability. And I've noticed getting older is like, and you know, my friends have told me vulnerability is like the bridge to connection. And so like, as you get older, you're like, I want to be part of things. Like I want to be connected to people. That's like what I wanted to do when I was like 2 years old. And when I was 14 years old and I was dropping acid, I just wanted to like have girls like me and like guys tell me like cool secrets. Like, I just wanted to be part of things. And then my life took a turn, and I like tried to find different ways to like connect with people. But now you're like, I could just connect with people by being honest and doing difficult things. So you're like, if I do this weird thing that I'm totally uncomfortable with, you connect with people like we're, hopefully connecting. Or not yet. Maybe.
Not yet, maybe. What? So last summer was a giant moment for you. You were like literally everywhere. The kitchen crying show. Kitchen. You were in the kitchen. You were pitching at the Mets. You were at the Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
You were at the Chateau Lacoste.
Yeah.
Have I forgotten any? No, I think that's all of them.
Then I was here.
Then you were here. But what was that like?
It was one day at a time. It was amazing. And I got to say, at the end of it, I was like, like, what now? And there's like a part of things that like I spent so many years of my life like doing nothing and like sitting on the couch and like like eating frozen burritos at the local gas station for like breakfast at like 2 p.m. after like waking up at 6. Like I wasted a lot of time in my life. And so the fact that like people want to talk to me at all, or people want to like something that I do, or any part of like, hey, Joel, like, you want to come over? I'm like, let's do it. So I have a lot of like yeses built up in me at this point.